All right, what's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to scale your business the fastest way I know possible. This is not just something I did in my business, but this is something I've helped many clients do as well, and it is a game changer. So let's get into it. Really quickly, just for those of you who don't know me, welcome to my channel. My name is Jana Nixa. I am the authentic sales coach. I have over 20, almost 4 years now of sales experience selling in the sales industry and now working with clients. And my claim to fame is I teach you pretty much the opposite process of enrolling high ticket clients that most people teach. It all has to do with conscious based selling, with heart based selling, and truly getting past yourself and your sales process so that you can impact the people you know you are here to create that transformation with. So, with that, let's get into how do I scale the fastest I possibly can. Okay, so here's the thing. Before we really get into the math, because we're going to do some math today, don't be afraid, and what this can look like, I want to talk about why. So, a lot of people in the coaching space teach the ascension model. Okay. The ascension model essentially looks like what you see most people hustling around doing it's the low ticket to high ticket, right? It's like, well, first I'll create my $37 thing, and then I can move up to a $197 thing, and then maybe a $997 thing. And the problem with doing it this way is not only is it extremely difficult to start to build an audience and wear a gazillion hats. I mean, think about all the different skill sets you need in order to be profitable. Let's just say in order to make it to a 10K month with a $197 thing, right? So think about it. You not only have to have a giant audience, you have to know how to convert that audience and really, really well. So you have to be dialed in on your sales copy, on your content creation, on your lead generation process, on your landing page and your lead magnet and your sales funnel, and all of these pieces, because you need a lot of eyeballs down here to make it to the point where you can actually quote unquote ascend up this ascension model. And so what people end up doing is they get stuck in all of the stuff. I like to say it feels like you're stuck in mud, right? And your tires are just spinning out because you are wearing all the hats. Like, you didn't get in business so that you could become a copywriting ninja and email people constantly and work off a content calendar and know how to make reels and edit videos. And there's just so many pieces to making this work that most people burn out before they ever make it to the high ticket space. Now, there is a place for low ticket, but you can't use this low ticket strategy to get high ticket clients. You have to reverse this, and low ticket comes later. So it's not that we don't encourage low ticket when I'm working with clients. It's just not the first thing we do, because if you start with the descension model, meaning high ticket first, think about it. If you had a $197 thing in the low ticket space, how many people do you need to get to $1,000? How many people do you need to get to a 10K month? Right? Now, in the descension model, let's say you have a 5K or 10K offer. How many people do you need to get to 2K or to 10K? One person, two people. So you can start to see how quickly this math adds up. So what you really need, you don't need a giant audience. You don't need a landing pages out the butt. You don't need even a website. You don't need all of the bells and whistles. What you need to make this work is a high ticket offer that's optimized for conversion and know how to communicate it and sell it. That is it. Because you and I both know that each and every one of you listening has an audience of some sort. It may not be 10,000 people. It may not be 100,000 people, but you know you have people right now in your audience or even in your life for that matter, that are a high ticket client of yours. And so if you don't believe that, please borrow my belief about it, because I know based on my own experience that there are high ticket buyers everywhere. I did an event in Atlanta a few weeks back, and it's in a really nice area of town. And I have clients, they all flew in for this event. We had a blast. And I know some of them are stuck in that, like, can people really afford it? Are people really paying this? And we were sitting at a nice restaurant on a Monday night outside in this shopping area. And I said, take a look around at all the shopping bags, at all the people in that Apple store, at all the people sitting in this restaurant, which is essentially about $100 a head minimum. Don't tell me there are not high ticket buyers out there. So, if we're talking about mixing the woo and the do for a minute, I want you to start to think, okay, am I projecting what I want to experience or what I want to experience? So I choose to believe that they're everywhere, and my reality reflects that back to me. But I digress. So we're here. We're starting with an incredible high ticket offer that we know is optimized for conversion. That's a process that I teach. And then what do? Think about it. If you want a 6-figure month or a 6-figure year, if you have a 10K offer, you need 10 people. Let that sink in. 10 people. And for those of you who may be thinking, okay, fine, Jana, I'll buy into the fact that there's high ticket buyers, but I don't know, why would anybody buy my high ticket thing? First off, I believe there's certain people you are meant to work with, and it's truly up to you to get out of your own way, to get over your own fears in order to be able to work with the people you're meant to help. Okay. And so I want you to think about whether or not that's really true. Why you? Why not you? For one. For two, I want you to think about all of these people that are like, oh, well, why would they want to work with me when they can work with some guru up here? Well, first off, chances are, for the price point that your high ticket offer is, you're not going to get much of anything from that guru other than an enormous giant group coaching program where you're just a number. Okay. So that's one. The other thing that's really interesting is, if we're talking about big gurus who climbed this mountain 10 years ago, 5 years ago, the transformation that you are here to teach your ideal client about, they've forgotten about the little bitty steps. They've forgotten what it was like to be where your ideal client is. But see, you have a fair, and I don't want to say unfair advantage. You have a fair advantage, and that is you have climbed this portion of the transformation not that long ago, right? You know what this felt like. You are still very much deeply in touch with the problems and the challenges and the fears and the things you had to overcome and the desires. They are not. Not only have they already climbed this part of the transformation, they made it all the way up the mountain. So they're so out of touch with where your ideal client is. So I want you to let that sink in. So instead of why me, again, why not you? You're closer to the transformation than they are. And they're going to get far more of your time and your support and your love than they are from some guru inside their enormous giant program. Okay. And we're not knocking the gurus. It's just a function of where they are in their business. But if you think for 1 second that they can help from their mountaintop, somebody all the way down here better than you can, I'll put it to you like this. Did you know that second graders can teach first graders better than the teacher? So let that sink in. What does that mean? It means we are better at guiding somebody through a process when we have just gone through it. So don't sell yourself short on your ability to be able to help your person at that higher level. Again, don't let your fear of sales, of high ticket, or what transformation you provide be bigger than your mission. because you absolutely can help this person. Because the kicker is you or anybody else you've helped through this transformation, you are the toughest customer of all. And if you've been able to do it for your own self, you can certainly do it for others. So, so just going back to this whole thing, I just wanted to address that because it's really important that you own your value. Okay. You started an entire business around a skill set, a transformation, some service that you provide. And if you don't think you can start here, you're doing yourself a disservice. And you right now, when we get off here, do not pass go, do not post content. I want you to sit with what that resistance says and begin to have it unravel. Because if we get to choose what we prefer, is that really what you prefer? Like if all else is created equal and we get to decide how we want to project our future, why wouldn't you project what you want instead of what you don't want? Okay. So starting here, 5K, 10K offer, 20K offer, 50, whatever it is for you. What does this do that's different from over here? Well, for one, it keeps you solid in your genius zone, which is key. You're not over here trying to wear all the hats and be a ninja at all the things. You are here speaking directly to your transformation, to your offer, to your ideal clients. Now, we're only looking for what? 10, 20 people per year to get to six figures, maybe less than that. So you get to spend all your time here and then you make it to six figures pretty quickly at that rate. It's not a lot of people. So then what happens? And this is where the low ticket comes in. It's not that I'm a hater on low ticket. It's just that it has its time and place, and most people have it backwards. So now you get to move down into lower ticket. You can sell the $397 thing and the $7 thing and have the book funnel or whatever it may be, but you get to hire other people. They're in there and you get to stay in your 20%, which is your genius zone and your area of expertise. And you hire other people that can handle this piece, the 80% for you, and be in their own genius zone. So do you see the power in that? Like my social media manager, it takes her a fraction of the time that it would take me to do all that she does for my social media, right? So why would I spend all this time and money trying to learn all of these different things when what I really want to do, hear me on this. If you don't hear anything, listen up. What I really want to do is just help my clients in the way I know I can help them and serve them and get them the transformation that they desire. That all lives here. That can all be done without all the bells and whistles. And then as you make money, as you put the oxygen mask on your business first, then you can go down into the lower ticket space. So this is the descension model. This is what I teach in my master class and inside my program. We take this, we customize exactly what you're doing. We get really into how to make it optimal for conversion, because it's not just enough that we create a high ticket offer that your client wants. We want it to also be something that they are very seriously will invest in. And sometimes there can be some nuances there. And so, but here, when you add all of this up, and when you spend just think about how much more time you can put back on your plate to really devote to just this piece of your business right now, and how much less effort all the rest of this will take when you have a high converting, high ticket offer. It makes it so much easier to sell. So that when you go and you do share, whether it's on a podcast or whether it's, on a live like this, or whether it's on your social media, or maybe it's just out with friends, that it converts effortlessly because you spent so much more time here getting this piece right and locked in, because people will spend money on what they want. So your number one job is to know exactly what that is as the CEO of your business for your ideal client, and then you give it to them. So, of course, inside my programs, I'm all about authentic sales. I'm all about teaching you how to do sales really in an entirely different way. The same way we flip this thing upside down, we do the same thing in the sales process so that it does feel so much more like an open, loving conversation where you're truly just leading somebody through the process of making a decision they already desire to make. But how do you make that decision a decision they already desire to make? By creating that high ticket offer that converts. So you can see how all of this goes together. And so by the time you get on those sales calls, it's really more of a buying conversation than a sales conversation. You're truly just listening, and try this one on for size, seeing whether or not it's actually a good fit for you too. Make a discovery call an actual discovery call again, so that they're on there eager to know, like, what's the price? How do we work together? But until you go through that discovery process and make sure it's a good fit, that's all it is. It's no longer in that old school sales energy of what do I do and what do I say to get them do the thing that makes them do the thing, right? That's ego-based sales. Now we're talking about heart-based sales. And the beginning, the foundation of that is having a high converting high ticket offer. It makes everything else go. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Please comment below if you have questions about what I covered here today. I know we covered a lot of territory in a short amount of time, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. I also want you to know, if you're listening to this and you're feeling like, whoa, this makes a ton of sense, Jana. So want to head off in this direction. I'm fully picking up what you're laying down. I'm doing a masterclass called Limitless Clients, where we're going to go through this process in detail so that when you walk away, you have that high converting, high ticket offer. You have all the elements that you need inside it to make it irresistible to your clients so that you can go out and release it to the world and just watch the magic happen. So if this sounds like you, check the links in the description for all the details, and I hope to see you there. Otherwise, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe. I go live here every Thursday, usually right around noon Eastern Standard Time. And I hope to see you next week. So thanks so much. See you soon.